In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, welcome. And to all those that celebrate, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And welcome to the Crew Podcast. Y'all, I was in transition. Sorry for running late, but yet I am yet here. I pressed my because I said that I was going to do a show on today. Wanted to keep um Simone's show going. Tonight would have been Simone's show, but of course we know that Simone is going through some things right now um, with her health, and want to send a shout out to her. Um, Continue to keep God first. And continue to press. Know that your sisters are over here praying for you, and we are lifting you up. But I just wanted to stop by tonight. Wanted to just be present. Just wanted to, never know who may be tuning in. So I wanted to show up on tonight. Tonight I have a guest with me. We have y'all know that I advocate a lot for those that have been wrongfully or overly incarcerated. Tonight I have an opportunity to have one of our family. I'm just gonna go ahead and say family because Cornell has truly become family to me. Just hearing his case, spending time with him, having conversations with him, understanding the ins and outs of what this man has endured. It has truly given me a heart and a passion for those that have been wrongfully and overly incarcerated. And I tell you, when I prayed and God sent Shanette, I tell you that she was definitely a answered prayer because she is definitely what I was praying for this network. Someone to be able to help me, help those that are incarcerated, wrongfully, overly incarcerated, unlawfully incarcerated, whatever you want to give to it. But thank you, Shanette, for all that you do. I'm gonna move the way tonight and let Cornell share just a little bit. Um, I want him to talk about what life has been like over these last 34 years during holiday seasons and having to deal with being away from his family. And I really want to focus on the mental aspect because I listened to Shanette's show on Monday, and I was listening to you guys have the conversation with your guests, and y'all were talking about a lot of mental health issues. So I really want to know, really how does one deal with their mental, especially when they have been incarcerated as long as you have, wrongfully incarcerated. That I know that takes a toll on you. So if you would please share with me.
Okay, well, thank you, ma'am, for having me on tonight. And yes, ma'am, of course. When one deal with prison life, it takes a lot to have to learn to have to adjust to the prison life. Because when one enters the prison life, you have to abide by so many rules and regulations, and you're dealing with people from all walks of life. So with that being said, you're dealing with different mentalities of people. You're dealing with hatred. You're dealing with people who have mental issues of attitude problems, mood swings and stuff like that. So, when you're in prison or surrounded by a bunch of people like this, you have to learn how to adjust to where you can make life more comfortable for yourself being incarcerated. So now with that being said, yes, during the holiday seasons, it can be dramatic, being incarcerated away from family members and family and stuff like that. So being incarcerated, you have to allow yourself to open up and allow other individuals to become your family. inmates to become your family, people that's incarcerated to become your family. Because, believe it or not, you can meet some good people being incarcerated. And a lot of these people are very smart. So, we learn from each other. We take from each other, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. So, with that being said, yes, ma'am, being incarcerated, ma'am, can take a toll on an individual because, for the most part, a lot of guys are struggling with, not being at home with their loved ones and, they turn to drugs and alcohol and pills and stuff like that, trying to escape, the reality of being away from family members. So it's tough on everybody, man.
How have you, because I know you have been incarcerated for well over 25 years, which is normally the expand of, normally the time that a lot of people spend and then they come home. But you have spent over 25. You spent over 30 years behind prison wall. What has that personally done to you? What have that done to the Cornell that before prison? What even you can share the good, the bad, the ugly. I want people to truly see, if there have been things that, this prison experience have taught you in a good way. I want you to share that. I want people to understand and be able to relate to exactly what you have experienced in the bad.
Okay. Well, we're entering the prison system now. Everybody has what we classify as a reputation. Some guys have good reputation, some guys have bad reputation. Some come from, low poverty neighborhoods with this gangster mentality. Some come from suburban neighborhoods. But either way, ma'am, when you come in, you have to harden yourself. Because if you don't, ma'am, people will take advantage of you in this prison system. And with that being said, me, myself, I have been to prison before. So I knew what to expect this time in prison, because I carry myself in a way to where I'm a positive person all the time. I try to not have no mood swings with nobody. But all at the same time, I'm a very dangerous person. Why? Because if somebody messes with me, I have to convert back to who I used to be. And I try not to do that. So what I do, ma'am, is the fact that I try to, make my peace with God and make my peace with people, and, a lot of people respect me for who I am because, like I say, me, myself, knowing that I was wrongfully convicted, I had to come down here and allow myself to learn about my situation. And in the process, there's a lot of people in here dealing with the same situation. So I was able to, help them in order to show them the things that I was learning and learn from them. So, being incarcerated like this, man, there was a lot that I had to take from, learning how to, fight in prison, the dangers of, shanks and people, having fights in the day room, riots in the day room, gang mentality and stuff like that. So, that's the bad part about it. But the good side of it is that, I had to also learn how to go to church and learn about God and to learn to be at peace with myself. So that's what I do in prison, man.
So, can you share some of the things that you do that keep you positive? What are some things that you have adapted to? Because see, a lot of people, they don't learn to adapt. I've come to realize that a lot of people, we fail because we don't learn to adapt. So, what are some things that you have learned to adapt with that has helped you on this journey? Because remember, this is not just 10, 15 years. You've done over 30 years behind prison walls. So how have you adapted?
Okay, man. Well, every day is a very challenging day for the most part. So, when a person wakes up in the morning, your day is really already made. But for the most part, too, you have to learn how to adjust because every second is a valuable, dangerous second. Everything can change within a split second. So me, myself, I had to learn to be able to, put God in my life. Why? Because I knew the old Cornell as opposed to the Cornell who I needed it to be in order to survive in this prison system. So, going to church, I learned how to, like I said again, be at peace and learn more about God and learn about, what I had to do as far as to walk this journey to make myself a better person and to be good with people. So I'm a people's person now. Why? Because the fact that I learned through the Spirit of God how to be that person that everybody can like. So, like I say, man, I learned how to do legal work, what I'm saying, and people that, need the hope, I give them that hope. I help them out if I can. I've helped a lot of people get out of prison. The guys be wondering, why come I can't get myself out of prison? Well, ma'am, I don't have that answer to that question. And maybe God got the answer to that question. But still, I keep pressing on because I know God has shown favor on me and God has made me out to be a better person than who I used to be. Because, man, believe it or not, I ran a whole facility, a 5,000-man unit in the prison system. I can call a ride at the drop of a dime. All I had to do was say it, and it was going to happen. But I knew that that's not me. To cause a lot of people to get hurt just because of, who I used to be. So with that being said, man, I've learned how to, adjust to life through, the Spirit of God and through who I know I can be.
So a day like this, what would your normal day be for like holidays? How does a facility operate to recognize these holidays for you guys?
Okay, well, it's a thing where everybody's expecting to have a good meal, man. And everybody's supposed to be in good spirits where inmates get together and they'll put a spread on the table or put food on the table and everybody will get together and they'll eat and stuff like that, enjoy themselves and listen to music and play dominoes and cards and look at TV and stuff like that. So for the most part, man, on a day like this here, everybody's supposed to be in good spirits. But still, you have people that's suffering from mental issues of, a loved one, not being able to see their family, not being able to be at home and, stuff like that. So individuals have a way of getting drunk in the penitentiary or using drugs in the penitentiary. But either way, that can change an attitude. And at the top of a dime, something can happen. Everybody who just got through eating, now we're killing each other. So, that's the danger, some of the negative aspects of being in prison, during the holidays. So everybody got to try to get along. And that's what older guys like myself, we try to do. We try to keep the peace in the prison system because we know how it can turn into a death storm just that fast, man. So that's what I'm dealing with right now as we speak. Because of this TV situation. Guys want to fight about TVs and stuff like that. So it takes guys like myself to try to calm these guys down and let them know that's not our TV. We didn't buy that TV, so why are we going to kill each other about a TV? But this is the thing. We have to try to make sure that everybody can get along, to keep things like that from happening. So on a day like this, man, for the most part, everybody's getting along and looking at TV.
Wow.
Enjoying themselves.
Wow. And I know it's been a long journey, but we know and we are praying that God will open that door for you. Man have given you a parole. They have actually given you a parole, but they will not move forward with dates. They will not move forward with the different things, and it just it saddens me. But during this holiday season, knowing that you well into your program 2 months now, how has that affected you? And staying positive because you do so much. I listen to the things that you have done for other people that are incarcerated, the individuals that depend on you for their legal work and different things that you do. What keeps you grounded and in a space to want to help somebody else when yet you're going through, when yet these people have given you a parole date, they giving you a FI6 For those that don't know what a FI6 is, it is they have granted him parole upon completion of a program. It is supposed to be a 6-month program. So the thing is, why is he not in the program? Here it is 2 months after the program, and yet he's yet to be moved to the program. I do have a question from Shanette. She say, will it be hard for you to adapt when you are released from prison? And that is probably a question that a lot of people have about individuals that have been incarcerated and been incarcerated for as long as you have been incarcerated. Because a lot of people on the outside, we hear a lot of things that happen in the prison, goes on in the prison. So share with us. You've been away from society for over 30 years. You know that everything has evolved, things have a lot of the things that you may have been accustomed to, um it is not the norm anymore. Like we have advanced in telephones, computers, a lot of different things that you may not be accustomed to. So how will do you have a plan for adapting? And how have you set your mindset so that you can adapt?
Okay, ma'am, that's a good question, ma'am. Okay, first of all, ma'am, so like I say, since being incarcerated, ma'am, I made a vow to myself to come down here and learn about my situation, because I've been through it before. So, studying the legal system is all I've ever done. So practically, I know more about the legal system than the legal system know about the legal system. So with that being said, ma'am, I was able to be blessed by God to meet you with what I do. I already am a legal scholar, really, but I ended up meeting you, who is a podcast host, and the thing that you do to help people. And when I met you, man, I learned that was a whole nother side to life. People needed a voice. Because of that, me becoming friends with you and the Crew Podcast and the host of the Crew Podcast and learning about what y'all do on the other side, I never realized how powerful your voice was or could be. So then I realized how powerful my voice was and what I do. So because of that, I became an advocate for criminal justice reform. And with that being said, ma'am, like I said, I've learned a lot. In the past year or so, I've learned a lot. So now I become a partner of the Crew Podcast, Aspiring Authors Magazine, and now I have become a co-host of Let's Talk About It. So with that being said, that show was a very, very positive syndicated show where people can come on and tell their story. And like I say, we've done great because we've allowed people to come on and tell their stories on a positive, get the truth to everything. But I've learned a lot. And with that being said, I want to say thank you for everything that you've taught me. And Shanette, thank you for everything you taught me. And yes, upon our release, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to make sure that I stay a positive influential advocate for criminal justice reform. And that is what I am going to do. But not just, the adults, but for the juvenile system as well, man. So be an advocate.
Wow. Well, I know today is Christmas, and I know that a lot of people may be going through, may be missing their families. Some people may have not had visits since they prison, because I hear it often. People they away and they family forget about them. Yeah, that saying "out of sight, out of mind." It's real, and a lot of people have adapted to you know what is going on in prison. They have come accustomed to you know adapting to what is happening around them. I understand that there have been some serious drug issues within the prison system. I wrote an article inside of Aspiring Authors Magazine. We were talking about the drugs and the drug crises within the prison system. Could you elaborate on that just a little bit, because I have a serious issue with a lot of what they do concerning how they handle the drug crises that's going on within Texas and a lot of the prison systems. Because at the end of the day, when you look at it, there's no way, if everybody is doing their job within the prison system, if the guards are doing their jobs, from the least of them to the greatest of them, if they're doing their job, there shouldn't be drugs inside of the prison system, because these prisoners, they cannot go out. They don't go out. They can't go out and buy it. They can't go out and hit up the drug dealer. So someone is bringing it in. I often hear them saying that they're on lockdown and what they're doing. But when you know that somebody is having a tune fit, oh, they have a tune fit, they send them to medical, then they bring them back, they okay. But the rate that these people are dropping dead, I'm hearing every other day. I'm in a couple groups that are inside, they have loved ones inside of TDCJ, and you are constantly seeing individuals saying, well, somebody died last night, somebody died. Oh, did you hear about what happened in? So from someone from the inside, because a lot of us, we get secondhand information, but tonight we want to hear it from someone that is living this, someone that is in the midst of this, because they'll tell us that this is not so, this is not happening. They'll give us different statistics. So for someone that is going through this, that sees it on a daily basis, that have witnessed people, having these fits and doing this, what toll does that have on your mental? Because dealing with people that are going through this and having to deal with this every day, how does that affect you?
Okay, ma'am, that's a good question, ma'am. Okay. Me, myself, personally, I don't use drugs, ma'am. I don't drink, don't use drugs, and don't take pills. Why? Because being in the prison system like this, ma'am, that's not a place to even be thinking about nothing like that. But inside of these prison systems, ma'am, it has turned into a serious epidemic, where the whole prison system, ma'am, is infested with drugs, ma'am. And it's been turned into a hobby now for most kids, because they see it as just something to do on recreational days. But it's getting more powerful and potent as, the day go by, because they study spraying this stuff with something that's, fentanyl and all types of different types of chemicals, and these kids are not taking it as serious as they need to be. They smoking it and doing whatever they do to it now, and automatically it stops their heart. And these people are dying. So now when these kids are slumped over in the day rooms and stuff like that, all the people can do is go get them, take them to the medical, check them out, see if they, come.
You have one minute left.
They send them back to their house and let them just sit back and, they do it again. So this has turned into an epidemic, man. And our government needs to try to do better by these people to try to curb this epidemic, man. Because this is very serious. People are dying every day. Like another guy just died yesterday. So this is sad. But on my mental state, man, it's sad because I've seen what the prison system can do to these young kids. It's destroying these kids' lives now. They don't have no other way to turn because the parole board's not helping them. The PDC is not helping them. Our programs are not there, nothing. So that's what's going on up in here, man. Well, my phone's going to cut off, so I may have to call back.
So while Cornell is calling back, I ask you, how can we save our kids? How can we get our kids back on the right track? Because it may be too late for some of the grown-ups. It may be too late to reach some of the adults. It may be too late to reach these young adults. How can we reach these babies before these babies go down these same roads? We have to understand, and it's going to take us. See, we fight against each other because everything we can say, we can say what we want to say, but the truth. I was having a conversation today. I have to acknowledge this woman, this amazing spirit, because this lady, I'll never forget her as long as I live because of this lady. She corrected me. She made me look at me. Like, have you ever had those people that, will correct you, and they correct you in a way that will make you look at yourself and make you evaluate and reevaluate and really consider, are you doing right? Well, I thank God for this woman because it's been about 5-6 years now that she's come into my life, and I truly thank God for her. Had a conversation with her today. Actually had an opportunity to go sit down and chat with her for a while. We exchanged some gifts, and what she poured into me today was just so amazing. I cannot wait to, just I can't wait for God to release those things that He's put in her, because what she poured into me today, y'all, it lit a fire under me. When you see people that are going through, and you know what they're going through, and you see them, you see what they're dealing with, but yet they have nothing but positive things to say. They have nothing but gratitude. They have nothing but that they're grateful. You know, how can you not be grateful? I'm sitting here in someone that is, getting these different diagnoses every other doctor visit, getting different, you know, when they tell you every time you go to the doctor, they telling you something else is wrong with you, but yet you still have that him. I just want to be like that. I just want that spirit. I just want to stay up under that anointing. Y'all, we got to do something for our babies. We got to show our kids that they are important, that they are somebody, that they don't have to go out and be rappers and be celebrities and be these different things that society has said that we should be. See, a lot of our babies end up behind these prison walls, or they end up in graves because we don't teach them young who they are and what they are and give them the love that they need. See, if we instill these things into these babies, God, and then not only that, I visited my god sister on today, and she had this show planned. It was a TV show. I'm gonna go see if I can find it on Netflix. But it was a young lady. She was a CEO of a company, was running a company, and she woke up one day in a child's body, and she had a chance to go back to middle school. She got to go back to middle school, and she got a chance to go back, and she got a chance to see where she was diverted, and where she took on this different mindset and this different mentality. And see, that's what we need to do. But y'all, we got to put something in our babies. We can't send our kids to school and expect the school to teach them, because the school has failed them. We look back over our lives. Look back over those 12 years that you spent in school. It didn't teach us how to own no business. Didn't teach us how to budget no checkbook. Didn't teach us how to do nothing that would have us living as entrepreneurs, living as legacy builders, but always living under man, and keeping somebody else's dream alive, because that's what they want us to do. But that's not what he wants from us. Well, y'all, we got Cornell back. And I just wanted to share that, y'all, because that thing was dropped in my spirit today, and it's been all on me. But we got Cornell back, so I'm gonna bring him back on. And y'all, I'm not gonna be on here long. We probably gonna be on here about 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna get off. I just wanted to jump on and let you guys know that this is what we do. Holidays don't stop us. Snow don't stop us. We are here to be a voice for the voiceless. We are here to be the change that we desire to see in this world. So, with that being said, I'm going to bring my guest back in the conversation and allow him to reflect on this day. Reflect on this season. What does the reason for the season mean to you? What does that mean to you? We hear that all the time. But truly, what does the reason for the season mean to you? Especially someone that is incarcerated. What does that mean to you?
Well, ma'am, first of all, keeping God first and foremost, ma'am, it has allowed me to learn a lot about myself, about my abilities, about my worth, about who I am, where I'm at, where I'm going, and how to get there. So with that being said, ma'am, my reason, ma'am, is because I want a better way of life. And the only way I'm going to get that better way of life, ma'am, I have to teach myself how to get myself around the positive people that's going somewhere to be able to do that. Anything negative, ma'am, I never get that. So now I have to put it inside of my heart. I have to change my heart. So that's what we have to do. Change our heart in order to change our mind. Therefore, things will work out better for us. So that's what I've done. That's my reason. Because I want to be a better person. I don't want to have to spend the rest of my life behind bars being told when to eat, when to sleep, when to shower by somebody who don't even know me. So with that being said, now, like I say, this is a very powerful season for me. Why? Because I am somebody. And I learned that about myself, thanks to the power and the Spirit of God. So for anybody who's listening to this podcast tonight, ma'am, thank you very much, first of all. And second of all, please get involved, like you say, into your kids' lives. Teach them the values that they have. Teach them that it's a better way. Rap music is not the way. Everybody wants rap music is not the way. No. Sagging pants is not the way. These kids are better than that. Teach them that they are better than that. And that's what we have to do. Get involved and to show them that they are somebody. And that's what I have done. And I appreciate you, ma'am, for allowing me this opportunity to come on your show tonight. And thank you, Mrs. Jeanette, for allowing me to be a host on Let's Talk About It, ma'am. I appreciate the both of you because I've learned a lot from the both of you. And yes, I am going to be a positive, influential advocate for Let's Talk About It and the Cool Podcast. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, everyone that has chimed in on the conversation. I just wanted to be here on tonight, sitting in for Simone. Just wanted to come on and just wish everyone a happy holiday. I hope that you guys are truly, truly remembering the true reason for the season. It's not about the gifts. The gifts are great. It just help remind people of the love that you have for them. But the true reason for the season is to truly love on your family. And this is something that we should be doing on a constant basis. We should be doing it every day. It shouldn't be one particular day that we recognize these different things. Yes, we want to honor Jesus for coming and bearing that cross for us because because of him, we are able to do the things that we do. So I thank him. I thank him. I thank him for the Holy Spirit that leads, guide, and direct us. So I'm grateful. I am grateful for this podcast and every single host that counted not robbery to allow their voices to speak and to be the change that they desire to see in this world. No, none of us are perfect, but we strive to be perfect. We strive to be more like him daily, to catch up with our destiny, to catch up with that he's already preordained for us. I truly enjoyed sitting with Millie Gross on today and having that time with her and getting to, take in those positive nuggets that I can implement and apply to my life. I tell people all the time when we read these scriptures, we're so accustomed to saying, let these words just not be words, but let them be life. Let them be life and not just be hearers of the word, but to be doers of the word. Y'all, the scripture should be living in our lives. It should be something that we live by. It should be something that we practice on a day-to-day basis. We put so much faith in doctors and so much faith in so many other things, but knowing that a doctor only has a license to practice. He only have a license to practice. God is giving you a license. He's giving you a license to practice the scriptures. So practice the scriptures in your life. Allow them to come life. Allow them to do what he has put them here to do. And if you apply them to your life, he will reveal those things. He will reveal those things to you guys. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by and spending your holiday with us on today. Those that are catching this as a replay, thank you for catching it as a replay. If you would, just put hashtag replay in the comment section so that I know and so that I can recognize you for your support. I truly, truly appreciate everyone for tuning in and supporting the Crew Podcast. Y'all, we are gearing up to close out this season on December the 31st. I invite all of you to stop by and share with us on that night. We're going to have every single one of our hosts in the building. They're going to be in the building. You're going to get a chance to meet some of those up and coming hosts that are going to be joining the platform in 2025. And I'm just going to put a little plug in there. If you're out there and you're looking for an opportunity to share your brand, to allow your voice to speak, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this opportunity to join the Crew Podcast, y'all. We still have 3 slots available. Y'all, once these slots are filled, they are filled. And the only way you'll be able to get a slot on the Crew Podcast is if one of the Crew Podcast members decide to step down. That will be the only way that you will be able to join them divas of the airways. So if you don't get in now, you'll be locked out until they decide to step down. So we got 3 more spots. If you're out there and you want to join these queens, this is a great opportunity to join. We're going to be launching season 3 in February. Our first show is going to air on February the 2nd because we don't do shows on Saturday no more, y'all. We got our Saturdays free because guess what? We want to get back out in the community. We want to honor the Sabbath. We want to get back out in the community and do some things within the community. So, y'all, we're going to be out and about. If you're having events and you need event hosts, if you need speakers, if you need commentators, whatever you need, we got it over here at the Crew Podcast. We got some amazing souls that are doing some amazing things, that are talented and willing to allow their gifts to make room for them. So if you need them, just reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with the one that'll best fit your event. So y'all, thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Crew Podcast. I am the visionary, Queen Angela, and I thank God for each and every one of these hosts. I pray that your day has been blessed, and I pray that you will tune in tomorrow night because we have a show tomorrow night, 8 p.m., y'all. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for all that y'all do. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great night. Cornell, anything you would like to say before we leave? Go ahead and share with them before we leave.
I love y'all and thank y'all very much, and Merry Christmas.
All righty then, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in.